Hey there everyone, another progress update video. I was planning to do this over the weekend, but I ran into some technical difficulties, so here we are on a Monday. Alright, so some of the things I've added and changed since the last video. I've added a new parent control called Viewbox. I've made 10 more UI elements obsolete. You can now copy and paste colors between different properties and between various UI elements. I've added new metadata fields to support the UI elements that I've made obsolete. Let's see. I've added a new alignment or placement option when you right click on a UI element via the editor. Visibility conditioning panel is no longer known as visibility conditioning. It's quite a mouthful. It's just known as conditioning now, as you can now condition colors. So yeah, let's get right into this. So if I open up my current build, I won't go into this just yet. Let me go into plain and simple. And this is where we left it, I believe. Yeah, this is where I had applied animations to the major components, so they all come in from the respective sides of the view. And as you can clearly see, I've got two obsolete UI elements here. And also listed. So genre is obsolete, Playmode is obsolete. All right. So for the longest time, I had provided my own UI elements that allow multiple, up to 4 genres or play modes or regions to be displayed, and you can specify how many you wish to display, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 up to 4, and then you can specify the space in between each one, and or for images, and or what the separator would be for the text-based version. Well, because this build is all about nested UI elements or parent UI elements, I figured you can create your own, and with a far greater customization. So this is what I'm going to demonstrate right now. Okay, so let's remove these obsolete UI elements, and in their place I'm going to add, so we're going to tackle genre first. So genre just has the label at the moment. So what we want to do, we want to add a couple of text fields. I'll call it genre 1. Genre 2. All right, so they're metadata fields. So as I mentioned, I've created additional metadata fields now that you can leverage. And here they are. So genre 1, 2, 3, 4, play mode 1, 2, 3, 4, and region 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is region, and I am going to, actually I'm going to cheat. Let me just, I should have copied this text field, but let's paste it into text, text, and text. That will set all the fonts and whatnot. And let me just pick genre 1, genre 2, and genre 3. Okay, and then I'll just drag them down into the respective area. So that's genre 1. As you can see, it says action. Genre 2, right after genre 1. Genre 3, right after genre 2. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. We want auto size, auto size, auto size, and auto size, auto size, and auto size. Okay, so this game only has 2, even though I'm capable of displaying all 3. So I'm going to pick a different platform, different game, where hopefully we'll have up to 3. Anything on the new ones, on the fairly new games. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Well, let's introduce some cool separators. All right. So I'm not going to have a comma. I want an image, and I'm going to call this genre sep1. And let's get this one working correctly first before I create the second one. And it's in miscellaneous. See, I already know what I want here. Okay, so we have an invader. And I want it to match the same font color, which is white. All right. So what we can do here, we can just simply use our color tint. I'll select white. It's already white. And apply an opacity mask to say current image, and there you go. All right, so you can take any image you want and apply a solid color to the whole thing if you want to do some kind of matching with text, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm going to simply copy this and paste, and I'm going to call this gsep2. All right, so now I just go down to genre, put the first separator there, go down to the second one, all right, between genre 2 and 3, and there we go. You got a nice separator. Now, if you have a game that displays maybe only one, what you'll end up with is one of the genre components followed by 2 Space Invaders, and these won't show. All right, so let's see if I can demonstrate that. Yeah, there you go. Racing and 2 separators. Well, we don't want the separators to show. Okay, so what we do, we use our trusted visibility conditioning, and let's see, on our separator we want to say it's collapsed. Whoops, it's collapsed when genre 1 value is of no value. Genre 2, I'm sorry, what am I doing? Is no value. Okay, and I want to copy this and then I'm going to copy it again to I don't know why I did that. No, that's right. I want to copy it to the next one and alter this. So this is genre 3. Value is no value. And I want to copy this one. I want to paste it to appearance. All right. I'll hit save. And there you go, genre. It only has one, so it's only showing one. If I go to Donkey Kong, it shows all three. Let's find another one. And this one we've got two. So there you go. That's why I have made some UI elements obsolete, because you can do full customization with your own now with the aid of these new UI elements, which I call parent controls. All right. I could do play mode. I'm going to skip that just for time, but you get the gist. It's exactly the same thing. Let's see. So we will go to transition theme, because there was something on here I noticed while I was testing. So on this one, this theme wasn't written by me or developed by me. But as I was messing around, just making sure that my build still works with existing themes, some by me and some by others, I just making sure that everything's all cool. And as I was just playing around and I was putting this view into different aspect ratios, you know, you see this occurs where the text shoots off outside of this box. And I'm like, well, you know what, this would be a good opportunity to show off a new UI element, a new parent control that I've added called Viewbox. So, so to fix this, or scenarios like this, I'm going to add a grid. And with the grid, I don't know, I'm gonna hazard a guess. That's probably too small. Make it a little bit bigger, 330 maybe. Good enough. All right, okay. So we have a grid, and then I'm going to add a view box. Place the view box inside the grid. I'm going to set the view box to auto size. And then I'm going to add a stack, because system and options, they're stacked vertically. So might as well utilize the stack function for that. Stack, auto size, auto size. And now I'm going to drag. Let me just make sure that, yeah, the view box is at is in there. Okay, cool. Just making sure it's where it wants to be. So we're going to move the system into the stack, and then we're going to move the options into the stack, and just so that we're honoring the original designer's setup, I'll move it back into main layers. And I've set the alignment to center on the horizontal, so that looks good. And the only thing I need to do, or just double check, the text is auto-sized, the text is auto-sized, the stack is auto-sized, the view box is auto-sized, and the grid is fixed. And that's key. So let's see what this is going to do. Whoa, beautiful. Okay, so that's what Viewbox can do for you. All right, you can get it to scale the content nicely and retain the aspect ratio. So it's very cool. All right, I have a test theme, and I'm going at quite a pace today. My apologies. I don't usually do this on during the week. It's usually a Friday night or a Saturday, so I'm kind of pushed for time, sadly. I'm going to go to this view first. And this is a demonstration of where Viewbox is being used. and in one of them. So let me go here. Now what we have is two almost identical frames, okay? One I've called variable frame and one I've called a fixed frame. So the fixed frame has a fixed width and fixed height. The variable is set to auto size, okay? The variable frame I've placed inside of a stack, as you can see here. All right, takes up this height. And I've set the content of that stack to be centered vertically, okay? And I've set the width or the horizontal to stretch. And you'll see the effect in a minute. Now the fixed frame, as I've said, the frame is fixed, width and fixed height. And then I've placed a Viewbox inside it, and I've set the Viewbox to auto size, just like I did in the previous example. And then I've placed a piece of text inside that Viewbox, okay? So as you can see, the font size in both, pretty much, but they are identical, okay? And the text easily fits within both frames, okay? Actually, I think one font is slightly smaller, but that's okay. They look very close. Now, I picked Neo Geo because I've got some crazy long game names. And there you go. This is the difference between the two. So, if you wish to keep your text the same size, okay, so you don't want the text size to scale up or scale down based on how many characters or how many words are within that string, you could use this top frame where it's a variable size frame and it will grow and shrink depending on the size of the content, okay? Whereas if you want the one below, you basically want the frame to remain at a fixed width and fixed height, and you don't mind, and you want to display all the text and you don't want to perform any kind of trimming. This is another way that you can achieve it, okay? So I'll go over that one more time. So if you want the frame to grow and shrink depending on the content, it's I've called it a frame. It's essentially a border, and I've set it to auto size. And then within that frame or border, I've added the content, which in this case would be the text. The text, I've said it has a maximum width of 1300. So if it exceeds that, then it will perform a wrap. So if I scroll down, you can see that I've set trimming to none and wrap is in effect, okay? So as the wrap, when the wrap gets triggered, it goes onto a subsequent line and potentially another line that will increase the depth, okay? And that will cause the frame, the overall frame size, to increase in its height, okay? And I've placed that frame within a stack just so that I can center it vertically and horizontally, all right? And then with the fixed frame, as it implies, it's a fixed width, fixed height. And then with the inclusion of a Viewbox within inside it, set to auto size. And then again, placing exactly the same text field. In fact, this is a copy of the game title. This is an exact copy and pasted in here. And again, it's set to auto size, and I too have the maximum width. So when that width is met or exceeded, the wrap is engaged, and then it will go on to subsequent lines of text, okay, increasing the height of the text field itself. But it's within a Viewbox, so the Viewbox will automatically scale that content to fit within its parent, which is the fixed frame. All right, so I hope you get it. It's It's a little mind-bending, but hopefully the examples clearly explain, you know, how powerful Viewbox can be. All right. Okay, so let's go to the well, pretty much the final thing to show. And I've thrown a lot of UI elements on the screen here, and for good reason. So if I pick anything from Atari, we can see all the colors changing here, the drop shadow effects, the forecolor, the foreground color here, the background color there, the tint color being applied here, as you can see. Let's pick something else. Let's pick, I don't know, Nintendo. There you go. Tint colors change, shadow colors change, forecolors change. Let's pick Sega. Again, tint colors changing. And then good old Sony. All right. So in Sony's case, we've actually changed the frame color here. Let's go back to this one. Go back to yellow or gold, and then PlayStation. Let's change all the colors. So let's have a look at what is going on here. All right. I don't know why I need that grid. Let me just blow away that grid. Let's pick this one. And as you can see, I've now introduced a new little icon with a C. That indicates that we've now got color conditioning. Okay. And if I click it, it will position to the very first color property in the list that has conditions. Okay. So if I click that, it says image 2 is this brown color unless these conditions are true. Okay, so I'll apply a red color tint when the platform name contains the word Nintendo, and the color tint will be set to blue, as you can see here, because I'm looking at a PlayStation 2 game. Sorry, a PlayStation game. It will be, the color tinting will be set to blue because the platform name contains the word Sony. All right. Now, obviously, you can be very specific. You can say if it's Vita, do this. If it's PSP, do that. If it's PlayStation, do this. If it's PlayStation 2, do that. You can absolutely do that. I was just being lazy and just putting them into different groups. That's why I was using, contains. But you can do whatever you want. But the whole point being is that you can now condition your colors. And I also mentioned that you can actually copy. So you can copy colors around. Okay, so I can even come out of here. And if I want to, I can paste that color that I had on the other panel, paste it directly into here. I'm just going to hit Control Z and go back. But yeah, I mean, I can go, let's see, I can go here. There you go. I can take this and then go over here to this red. Why do I see it as red, but it's not red? Oh, because it's conditioned. Okay, so maybe I don't want it red. Maybe I want to use the gradient. There you go. So you can copy and paste colors between different properties and different panels and all that kind of good stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. I mentioned a new alignment option. So again, you still have the same, align left, align center, align right, that kind of thing. But then, I was kind of toying around and I'm like, what if I want it, top right? So instead of saying align right and then align top, I can do it all in one go. The same is true if I, do that. Okay. and you know, you can do it. You can do it via here as well. You don't have to do it via the editor screen itself. You can perform the same function here, like that. So I thought that might be useful. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I was going at quite a bit of a clip, but you know, I just want to show you where I've included some niceties. Definitely the color conditioning is going to be extremely useful for your platform views, because you don't have the flexibility, or the ability I should say, as you do with game views, where you can have multiple instances of a game view to support a specific platform. You only have, you know, one instance of a platform view, so any conditions that you can apply to your UI elements to make it look different platform to platform will be a bonus. So that's essentially it. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So obsoleting 10 UI elements, that's a big deal. You can now construct your own look and feel of these genre and play mode. I've given you the metadata fields that you can now leverage for that. And you can come up with all kinds of weird and wonderful concoctions, better than, you know, the standard UI elements that I had provided up until this point. So I'm sure you can do a far better job. Yeah, that's it. All right, so give it another couple of weeks, and I'll provide another update video. Hopefully, cut, copy, paste, and delete will be in amongst some, you know, other progress. But yeah, that's where we stand right now. So give me a week, or give me 2 weeks, and let's see how much progress I can make within that amount of time. All right, so until then, take care everybody, and I'll see you in a week or two. All right, bye.